Hello, this is another episode of Bad Art with Mermanda. My setup is still a little funky here. I'm sorry about this thing on the side. My extension thing for my ring light broke, and I'm still gonna make a video because it's about the art and not this thing. Alright, so we're doing this to get our creative juices flowing because I feel like that's really important every day. I'm doing this first thing in the morning to kind of set the day. So yeah, let's just get started. I like want to make a giant swirl like I did yesterday, and that just totally messed up the whole vibe yesterday. So I'm actually gonna do this thing instead. We'll deal with that now. Yeah, so I've been like on a really bad art block. I haven't had a lot of time for art. That's actually a lie because I spend a lot of time watching reels and YouTube shorts and TikTok like nonstop. So I feel like I just watch other things and I don't like be creative myself. So I need this to, I described it yesterday as like chipping away at a block of ice. That is my creativity, my creative block. I'm gonna make this into a clown balloon. We're just gonna try and just draw. Just draw whatever you're thinking. Actually, don't think. Like, literally just try not to think and just do stuff. I know that's easier said than done, but every time you catch yourself thinking, every time you catch yourself judging, just notice it and remind yourself that's not what we're doing today. My little clown balloon. Ooh, with cotton candy tufts of hair. Okay, that's less cotton candy and like, I don't really know what that is. But we're not judging. We're not judging. That's not part of this. I don't know how to make swirly ice cream. I've tried to do that. I've like tried to practice so much. I'm gonna extend the body a little bit. He's kind of cute. I don't know if you can see that. I love my little clown boy. All right, I don't know what to do with all of this thing. I find myself, I'm like right now, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. So we're just going to do something. Even if it's just shapes. That's it. We're just making shapes on a piece of paper. When I tell you my creativity feels blocked, I'm not joking at all. But this is why we do this. And we're not judging. We're not thinking too hard. We are just... We're just drawing. We're just drawing. We're just making bad art intentionally. It's supposed to be bad. Whenever you think about that, whenever you think, what can I do with this? Just think it's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be bad and ugly. Let's make ugly art. Because that's how you get deep. That's how you stop worrying. And when you stop worrying, it invites you to get deeper. When you stop worrying about if someone else will like it, that's when you find the freedom. So stop worrying if someone else will like it and only create without judgment. You can worry if someone else will like it, like something else. This is to open ourselves up. This session, before I find it helpful, before I start practicing, like I've been practicing filigree and roses and drawing grotesques and things like that. And that stuff I can worry about it be like looking good and looking like it's supposed to. This stuff opens my artist eyes so that I can see the way an artist does. And we need our artist eyes. We need people to have artist eyes because you see the world differently. You see things differently. That's why you are called to being an artist. And so what I do, I practice things that I, like after this, I'm going to practice drawing things. And then the practice will be easier because my creativity will have opened up. This is like tapping into something in your brain. My creativity will have opened up. I'll feel a little looser, a little freer, a little sillier, hopefully. And when I practice those things, it kind of, so I want to practice them to make me better at them so that I can use my imagination with those elements in it. So I'm taking I'm trying to think of something that has like multiple skills built in, but I can't really think of anything right now. I was thinking of making bread, and like that's a pretty comprehensive thing. Like you need every step every time to make bread. I'm trying to think of something like you practice the basics before you can do the whole thing. And so there's this that taps you into the ability to practice. And then there's the doing of the thing itself because you've practiced all the parts. Hopefully that makes sense. And anyway, that's kind of like just what I've been doing. I want to draw like a praying mantis or something. I saw an artist, I wish I could remember their name, but they were creating these beautiful paintings of, I think they were like orchid mantises and like just really beautiful bugs, but they were like fashion bugs. Like, oh my God, do you guys remember Fashion Bug? Holy crap, I have to write that down. Fashion Bug, that was such a fun store. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to draw something else now. But anyway, these praying mantises were beautiful. They were like wearing runway clothes, like couture clothing, I think. And like from my memory, they were. I loved it. I need to find that artist again. I started following them on Facebook. Again, I'm telling you, I've been just scrolling nonstop. It's terrible. I want to create more than I scroll. So that's why I'm like restarting these videos. Because I'm going to be doing this anyway. And I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like if I can get help, like find this useful, other people can too. And it's kind of like, you know, you can draw with me. You can make bad art with me and get to like the creativity beneath the fear, uncertainty. And we can all create bad art and subsequently good art together. And not all of our art is going to be good. That's why we need to remove the fear of making the bad art. Because I find that when, especially if I haven't drawn in a long time, I find that the fear of messing up and the fear of making something stupid, or that like I wouldn't want to show anybody, it really stops me from even trying. And I find when I go through my sketchbooks, I find that the ones where I just allowed myself to draw whatever, like whatever weird thing, like when I set a timer for like an hour and make myself draw that entire time, I come up with some strange things to just try and fill the page. And those are my favorites. So that's kind of just what we're doing today. I kind of wanted this to look like, actually, I'm going to do it down here. Like one of those like beetle cars. How do I do that? Okay. So one of my favorite things, especially when doing this, is like drawing stuff from memory. And you think, so you have this picture in your mind of what a beetle, like a car looks like, a VW Beetle. And is that what they're called? VW Bug? I don't know. A bug or a beetle car. Um, you have an idea of what it looks like you know what it looks like in your mind, you can picture it, but when you try to sketch out the details, it's humorous how wrong you are. I love that. I For a lot of things, like unless I'm like genuinely trying to get good, like with Rose's filigree and grotesques, I love just drawing things from memory because it's so much funnier. And just not looking up reference photos. I value comedy. I really do. I love when things are silly and funny. I kind of want to draw this from the side though, like kind of like a 3/4 angle, I guess. What do they even look like? Oh, there we go. Okay. Watched the movie Thrash last night. About it's a I love shark movies, and it was so good. I really like it. I kind of can't get it out of my mind. Like some shark movies are really bad because they're like are really good because they're so bad, but this one was genuinely really good. And now bug legs. It's kind of look like spider legs. That's all right. Oh my gosh. This makes me so happy. I'm gonna work on this concept actually because I'm not mad at this. And we're gonna put dots on it. Oh, my lead must be. Ooh, ooh. I really want to find some black wing pencils and a nice pencil sharpener. I was at Barnes and Noble last weekend, um, but not the one in my town. It was like a couple hours away. Um, and there were Blackwing pencils, but there was one package and it was supposed to have a dozen Blackwing pencils and it only had 10. Someone else had opened it up. Like I noticed whenever I picked it up, someone else had like already opened it because the tape was broken. And I counted the pencils and there were only 10. So I'm like, I'm not spending this money on two fewer pencils. So I'll find somewhere else that has them. But I found point guards so that I could like take them in my my pencil bag with me, which is this. I love this. I got this at the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I just, I love it so much. This was pretty much the only pencil case that I've ever loved this much. That's actually not true. There was one that I had a really long time ago, and I'm upset, like genuinely upset that I like got rid of it because the texture of it was so interesting. It was so, I don't want to say spongy, like the feeling of it was like a little bit like a squishy, and it was like, I don't know. I don't know, but I felt a lot of pencil cases in the meantime, like between then and now, and I've never felt one like it before. But this one is so pretty, so cool looking. It's by Toilet Paper. I love it. And there's nothing like insane inside to make it like annoying or anything like that. Whoa. I also haven't even just opened it in a while. Well, I've got Mitsubishi pencils in here. Those are really good too. Nail pen, nail oil pen. Pink hair tie, almost matches my nails. I got these finger tattoos. They're like barely there anymore. But I got them a while ago. Well, I got them like a month ago and they're like falling out. But that's okay because I didn't like the way the placement of this one. It was like and also I think I might want it colored in. I need to go get them touched up eventually, but I'm gonna wait a couple months because at the same time oh my gosh, I just noticed this. There's another pocket in here. I've had this for years and never noticed that. Okay, that's fun. But anyway, I got another tattoo at the same time that I got my finger tattoos and, oh, this thing. And I'm gonna wait till that one's like super, super healed. I'm gonna go get that one touched up too because there's some other stuff that I want filled in on that one. It's basically just like a line drawing and it's a funny tattoo. I now have like too many funny tattoos. I told you I value comedy. And I need more pretty tattoos. And I have some ideas for those, so. That'll happen eventually. I don't know what to do with this space. I kind of dig that it looks just like empty. It's kind of weird. It's like bug guts, like the insides, like a window to a bug's gut. The window to a bug's soul is through the windshield, not the eyes this time. It's kind of like building windowsills, I guess. Again, we're not thinking too hard about it. We're just doing stuff. Kind of want to make a gear. I don't know how to do that. So, okay. So, perfect example. I don't know how to make a gear. So, I'm just going to do something because this is bad art. This is just me. Like, this is just us. Coming up with something or just like allowing the creation to come to us. Because when we prepare ourselves for the muse will show up. And you do that in many different ways. I think you do this, it's kind of like brainstorming, like an artist's way of brainstorming. Even writers, I feel like, could really use this because it's it's truly the best way to get your creative juices flowing, I feel like. Just like, if you are familiar with The Artist's Way, the book, and like artist pages, I feel like this is almost the same thing. Like, you just get stuff out. Like, when I journal and when I do like artist pages and stuff like that, I tend to kind of keep saying the same things over and over again because I'm thinking the same things. I have the same goals over and over and over again. And not that I've tried very hard, but for me, it doesn't help as much as sitting down in front of a piece of paper and just like brain dumping images, like just blah, art. And sometimes I'll even write like a little paragraph, like, you know, on the page, or like write words on the page. But this just kind of, I don't know, this is supremely helpful. This is a little bit just like, already, it kind of like reminds me of like a 90s pattern. But Fashion Bug was kind of like a 90s store. So, I don't know. I'm just going to draw and just see what comes of it. That's the whole point. I really like the idea of like those 90s patterns, so I'm going to roll with that. Or it's just like random squiggles and shapes and stuff. I don't know. That's kind of cool, like the angular shapes juxtaposed with the polka dots. I really like this, actually. I really enjoy this concept. And see, I would never have hit on this if I had not just let myself be like silly. Like taking this seriousness out of art. And allow myself to be bad at it. These are definitely more like spider legs. I'm not mad at it though. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of fun. And that really is the whole point of this. And make a hole in him too. What should be in here? An apple. A banana. A pear. Fun. All right, all right. We're starting to go here. We're starting to get something. Starting to get something going. And I always find that scribbling just just like awakens something within me. It just really helps there's just something about just scribbling, man. Sometimes you just gotta do that. I feel like in a few days, so the first thing I always want to do is just like make these giant like today and yesterday, first thing I've felt like doing was making this giant swirl like in the middle of the page, and then it just really like doesn't help for the rest of the page. But that's okay. I feel like for the first couple of days, that's just what I want to do. I just want to make a giant swirl. And just scribble all over it because at first, like, what else are you gonna do? Like, seriously, what else are you gonna do? Like, you don't have the creative juices yet. You don't have all that like going through your mind yet. So you got to do something just to get it out there. Just something. Oops, I just want to scribble again. Over the whole thing. Here we go. I'm gonna get out one of those. I need, like, I don't know where my pencil sharpener is. I don't know where my like jar of shavings is. It might be in my bedroom or the basement. Who knows? But I'm just gonna use this guy for scribbling. I don't know, mechanical pencils are very convenient when you're drawing like out of the home, but inside the home, I kind of just like I really just dig the feel of an old wood pencil, like a real graphite pencil. Oh yeah. I dig the feel of it on the paper. Like that's just smooth, baby. That feels good. And this is what art is all about, man. Just really just digging the feel of your tools. Loving what you're using. That's why I've never bought, I mean, I used to buy, but I haven't lately. Like, even though I'm not selling paintings or anything right now, like, I love buying, like, Liquitex and Golden paint because I love the feel of it and like a really nice brush. Oh man, I want to paint so bad. I really need to set up here. I haven't painted in literally a year. Literally, yeah. I mean, I tried to when all my stuff was down in the basement, but I never got comfortable down there. I just don't want to be in the basement. I even bought myself like a really nice space heater. I just didn't want to be in the basement. I really think that location to some extent matters. To some extent. I mean, at some point, you're also just making excuses. And I definitely was. But like my chair wasn't comfortable. And I guess I could have stood to paint. But like I was also in the corner and there's this creepy manhole cover and I wish my husband never opened it. I don't know. But whatever, I'm back up here now. Back up to my room. I'm gonna get some things from TJ Maxx to help me organize. Like organize my canvas, organize my paints. Just like even when scribbling, like the feeling of this is so nice. It's so nice, so smooth. It feels good in my hand. I actually didn't realize how much I love like using an actual pencil until like I was like, well, you know, it'd be so much more convenient to just use mechanical pencils, and those ones will last me a really long time because I got like not giant, but I got like big packs of them. And now that I'm going back to using a pencil for the first time in a few months, I really prefer the way this feels. I think I had given a few of these away a while back, and I'm kind of sad about that because I don't think the person that I gave them to, like, they probably just lost them and didn't really realize how valuable they are. But that's okay. I've done that with things myself. There was this purse that I had. My mom got me a Coach purse for Christmas one year, and I beat that thing up. I used it to carry my paints and like kind of ruined it. I mean, kind of, but not really. I really wish that I could find it like on Poshmark or something like that. It was like kind of a bigger satchel type of thing. Um, and it was like lavender purple and it had black straps. And it was leather and it had the Coach carriage. And it had these little things on the bottoms. And it was just like a really pretty purple, like lilac color. And I wish I could find it somewhere on one of those websites because mine, and I'm an avid, like I've looked and looked and looked, and like nothing, like no site even knows like what I'm talking about. Maybe I should paint it and then ask Google. The thing is, I don't even remember. Well, this basically just was the shape of it. The size, it was kind of big. And that's another thing too. Like, I love the feeling of like a really good purse. I like some vintage leather. Or like those MCW carpet bags. They don't have a shape that I like. Except for their big bags. I might get one of those big bags eventually. Those are nice. But I love like a feel, like the luxury feel of a really nice bag. Luxury feel of a really nice pencil. Having fun just doing this as well. Creating shapes within this giant shape. I think it's kind of cool. All right, well, this is kind of a long video, so I am going to hop off here and I will be back tomorrow morning. I don't want to stop doing this. Like, this is fun. All right, let's make bad art tomorrow.